What up, and welcome to another episode of HTR. This is the one, episode one, basically, where I actually answer your questions. And I got some shit to get to today. So, we're gonna get started. Oh, by the way, some of y'all are using y'all real names. Don't use your real names. I'm not gonna put nobody's real names up here. So, you might recognize your question, but you might not recognize your name. That's because I'm not putting your name up here, because you don't want nobody knocking at your door talking about, hey, I heard you said such and such and such. You know what I'm saying? You know, because some of y'all, I mean, you know, you want to keep certain shit to yourself. I would imagine. You would think, but whatever. Anyway, so I'm not putting nobody's names up here. Another thing, too, somebody asked me why I'm always looking off to the side. You know what I'm saying? And the answer to that is this. So you see what I'm saying? I got monitor right here, I got a monitor right here, I got a laptop right here. I'm just making sure that everything is running, because you'd be surprised how many programs it take to do this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it take a couple of hours for me to put one of these together. You know, especially a regular one like this one is going to be. I'm not sure what it's going to turn out to be. Hopefully it'll be under 15 minutes though. So anyway, let's get started with the first question. Do you have to share common interests in order to be compatible? Yes. I mean, not all, of course. Ain't nobody gonna share all, but you gotta have some. You know, this question right here brings me back to what I always used to say about, like, compromise. Compromise ain't you doing something you don't like to do. Period. Compromise ain't you asking somebody else to do something they don't like to do. Now, granted, if they ain't never tried it before and they being pig-headed about it, that's different. You know what I'm saying? That's different. Somebody that's being pig-headed, you can't really reason with them anyway, and that relationship probably ain't gonna go nowhere regardless. But what you want to do is get with somebody who you have a lot of shared interests with, but it's also healthy to have your own interests, so you don't depend on that person to be your own personal source of entertainment. Ain't nothing more irritating than somebody, I don't care how much you care about them, up under you 24 hours a day. Nobody want to deal with that. Eventually you're going to need your space to do your thing. But anyway, compromise is y'all doing the things that y'all like together. It makes it better because y'all both enjoy it. It's not you sitting there talking about, you like it? You like it? And they looking at you like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go through that. What is even the point of that? You know what I'm saying? Because they probably done it before. They told you they didn't like it, but you think it's going to be different with you? What kind of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? So you got to find things that you like to do together. It don't have to be everything. It don't. You know, because nobody's completely the same. Is there a such thing as a soulmate? And if so, how do you know when you have met? Is there a such thing as a soulmate? You know what? I don't even know the answer to that question. It could be. It could be. I mean, I really don't know. My bad. But I do know this, though. If there is, what's the odds of you meeting them? Think about it. It's 7 billion people on this planet. The person that could be the mate to your soul might not even live in your country. Might not be nowhere near your age. You know what I'm saying? So that, you know, that soulmate shit can either get kind of criminal, kind of kinky. Yeah, but you know, it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? The odds on you meeting this person, you know, and then too, what if it's more than one? What if you're a soulmate with more than one person? Is it possible? I mean, because the only thing that makes you unique is your DNA. Your genetic code will never be repeated again, period. But your interests usually are shared. Your likes are usually shared. Your dislikes are usually shared. So, you know, that soulmate shit is kind of hard to, you know, whatever. And then, how would you know if you met them? My guess is you will probably motherfucking know. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how it is in the beginning of any relationship. You like whatever the person like in the beginning. I'm speaking from a man perspective anyway. You like whatever they like in the beginning because, you know, it's the beginning. You know, y'all talk for hours and all that old other crap. But then, once you get to that point where you get comfortable with each other, you start discovering little things like, well, why do they do that? And why do they do that? I'd imagine your soulmate, you'd be with that person for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years and never had that thought in your mind at one point in time, whatever. Finishing each other's sentences for 30 years, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that, you know, the odds on you actually meeting your soulmate, if there is such a thing, is so slim. Don't even worry about that, you know what I'm saying? It ain't even worth thinking about. I caught my girl cheating. Do you think I can ever trust her again? No. The fuck is wrong with you? Look, let me tell you something. People cheat for all kind of reasons. It ain't no telling. I'm not about to say why now because I know somebody gonna ask me that shit eventually, and I'd rather save the answer for the show. Yeah, I'm being greedy. Fuck it. But anyway, people cheat for all kind of reasons, man. And sometimes it's because either they want something. Well, I'm about to answer that shit, ain't I? No, I ain't answering that shit. Look, trust is gone. Once trust is gone, you ain't gonna get it back. It's like it could never happen again. But there's always gonna be that shit at the back of your mind, like, damn, I remember when this happened. You know what I'm saying? So for the rest of y'all time together, you're gonna be looking for little things that might lead up to that. Like, well, you did this, this, and this. You was probably over there in the house, wasn't you? You know, but that might not even be the case. You know what I'm saying? She might have, you know, it might have just been a one-time thing. You know what I'm saying? And then, too, I mean, what you doing? Is you taking care of what you supposed to? I mean, you know what I'm saying? People got needs. I mean, they go for men and women. If you ain't doing what you supposed to be doing, yeah, motherfucker going wrong. That's all there is to it. Period. You know, you can have all the excuses in the world, but if you're not taking care of business, but you know, I ain't trying to get in your business like that, though. You know, I don't know what you be doing. But yeah, though, man, when trust is gone, it's very rare that it comes back. Very, very rare. And then, too, sometimes it depends on the reason that trust was gone. And cheating is a hell of a dang on reason. I mean, what can you really, you know, as soon as she do something that looks suspect, you're going to be all over her head. And it might not be nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole key. It might not be nothing. You might be overreacting. But because that shit happened once, you might do it again. And this goes for men and women. You know what I'm saying? People, it's hard to get that shit back. Sometimes it's better to just walk away from the situation. And then another thing you need to know. Don't take this into another relationship. Now, don't be no fool neither. You know what I'm saying? If it look like a duck, it's probably a motherfucking duck. I'm just saying. You know, I mean, past experiences, you're supposed to learn from them and apply them to future experiences. Don't completely ignore what you know. How come when I'm at work, my bitch is fucking a dude at my house? How do I confront her about this shit? Nigga, I hollered when I read this question. I appreciate this. This gave me a good laugh. Dude, now what you need to do is go down to Ace Hardware, right? They got these, like, I don't know, what is this, 4-foot long sledgehammer? And what you do is you don't go to work that day. You just bend a couple corners. Nah, I'm just playing. But anyway, look. I think this is kind of simple. You put her ass out because, look, obviously you the one paying the bills if she ain't at work, or maybe she work afternoons. I don't know what the deal is, you know what I'm saying? But put her ass out, especially if you got proof. You know, ain't no, what, you trying to keep her? You talking about confronting her like you want her to stay? No, dude, put that motherfucker out. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shoot, everybody else probably done did the same thing you about to do, or should do. You know, she used to it. She'll bounce back. But anyway, yeah, you know, don't even waste your time trying to keep that one. But you probably know that. Hopefully you know that anyway. And you just asked the question to be silly. Yeah, but regardless, Matter of fact, for those of y'all that got YouTube accounts or whatever, I want y'all to subscribe to my video first of all. But anyway, I want y'all to leave in the comment section below why people do stupid shit like that. I mean, that's what short stays is for. You know what I'm saying? And to the girl that's doing it, you know what I'm saying? She can't fuck with a dude that's got short stay bread. You're going to be at your own home risking getting caught. You know what I'm saying? You probably got a dude taking care of you. What you going to mess that up for? Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that like the dream? To have somebody footing the bill? Oh, I'm sorry, providing. But you know how that go, But anyway, leave a comment section below. Why do people do dumb shit like that? Or then again, maybe iPhone help. She knows she can get away with it. If that's the case, you need to quit sucker stroking, dude. Before my marriage, I disclosed my sexual past to my wife. She kept quiet about hers, so I assumed it wasn't much. Now after a year, I'm finding out she slept with a lot more people than I have by far. How do I deal with my wife's sexual past? When I read this shit, I was like, damn. First of all, thank you for the question. That was well thought out, and the grammar was actually pretty decent. I didn't even have to make no changes to it. But damn, dude, that's some shit. All I can tell you, man, is the past is the past. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? You can't let that shit affect your future. You can't always live in the past. And we all know, so you got some people that can't let the past go, and it's either got them angry all the time about the future or always on the lookout for something that ain't even happening. You gotta let the past go. Because everybody got one. Now, you might not have, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you were saving yourself or whatever. But whatever. She apparently got around, you know what I'm saying? Which means she probably serving you up right. I mean, I'm not no disrespect, but, it is what it is. Nobody won't know. Nobody can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the past is the past. Now, how is your present? Do you have times where you can't find your wife? Do you have times where you find shit that you didn't buy her? She might not have necessarily had the bread to buy it for herself. Does she have money? Lots of money? Usually all in singles? You gotta ask yourself a bunch of questions. How is your present? You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, if you trust her, then don't do nothing stupid, dude. Like I said, everybody got a past. You can't hold it against them. I'm sorry. It's how they do now. How she treats you. If she treats you like a king, whatever, you ain't got no business complaining. Now, if you just can't reconcile it within your mind, I hate to break it to you, dude, but you're going to be alone for a long time. It's 2011, Women ain't necessarily speaking on what they've been through or what they do or what they may or may not do, but they doing it, period. You know what I'm saying? They just not like us. They're not going to tell you, period. It's not going to happen, Now, wait a minute. The fact that she disclosing anything to you at all, though, is a good sign, So don't make no decision based off the past, man. You gotta learn to let it go. You gotta learn to let it go. And hopefully you can. Hopefully it ain't a bunch of shit you got floating around up in here that you can't let go. That time when somebody kicked you in the neck when you was 3, you need to let that shit go, man. I'm just saying, that shit is counterproductive. Alright, so that's a wrap for the first episode. I'm glad I got the first episode off the ground, actually. For a second there, it was looking kind of suspect. But, I got some pretty good questions in. I got more questions, too, so if I didn't get to your question, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to keep this under a certain amount, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got time to sit down and watch this shit all day. So I appreciate it. You know, you can mail your questions to the Gmail. You can follow me on Twitter to find out when new episodes coming out. I love politics, so I always got some politics shit going on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Hit the like button if you like it. If you got a YouTube account, subscribe. And if you got a Gmail address, you automatically got a YouTube account. And by some of y'all need to know that if you ain't got your YouTube account tied to Gmail addresses, they gonna delete your shit tomorrow, December 11th. They gonna delete your shit. It's gotta be tied to a Gmail account. I don't know if the motherfuckers bought, Google bought YouTube. They probably did. They got more money than everybody. But anyway, I appreciate it, and I'll see y'all next Saturday. Hopefully I can get this shit out on time. You know, it took me a while, but I got a lot of production work done today that I ain't got to do next week. You know, so I had fun. I hope y'all had fun. Hope y'all got a couple of laughs up out of this. You know, don't take some of my advice too seriously, because it might get you kicked in the neck. You know, and that shit don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? You want that bad boy to stay healthy. You know, whatever. Alright. See y'all next week.